And here we are back for another episode of the 10-7 show with Tyra, Goose, and myself.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
What's up, y'all?
And we are in the what is
grotto.
it called?
The grotto.
The grotto. We are all together. We haven't done this together in quite some time.
And the last time we were together, Goose reminded me that we weren't even doing video.
Right.
We were just doing audio.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here we are. This is a whole new, I don't even know, a whole new frontier. A whole new frontier for the 10-7 show. But of course, as I always like to start every show, I like to ask, how's everybody doing? How y'all been?
We're good. Aren't we
good? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
We had a nice weekend.
Yep.
Oh, that's so much better. I can see your faces. Yeah, it was pretty quiet. Like we didn't really do much.
Spent money, but
he spent money. I just kind of was there.
You spent money this weekend?
No.
You spend money every time you leave the house.
Yeah.
I gassed up the truck.
I got to put gas in my car on the way back. But Tara made a grub. Apparently, I'm the only one that ate.
Well, you just came from. I do. You just came from your game, so we had to make sure you have energy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You know, family take care of you.
Yep. So how did y'all do in the tournament?
Well, we went 2-2 in the tournament. We made it to the semifinals and we lost in the semifinals. Didn't play our best game. It was a good game. Didn't play our best, but we lost in the semifinals. Congratulations to the two teams that are in the championship playing right now. Actually,
oh wow,
wasn't sticking around for that because I had to be here with you.
And we're glad.
But we're back at it next week.
We're better company anyway.
Absolutely. But I guess, you know, with all that being said, you know, Goose is running the show today, y'all.
Does Goose know what Goose is doing?
I actually forgot to tell Goose about the Would You Rather, but
whenever
you got it, Goose, go ahead, drop it on in there. Because it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. Of course, it is the Would You Rather portion of the show. And who's that Would You Rather today?
Oh,
that would be you.
I'm just not.
We're so discombobulated because we're not used to being together. It's so strange.
It is so strange.
We're like 5 feet from each other.
Just having regular conversation.
So let me go ahead and get myself together.
Go ahead and take this over here. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I know that's right. We're not advertising. All right. So the first Would You Rather, Tara and I and Goose and we all, Justin, they have now become like Marvel fans. So this is kind of like on the topic of comics. So it's Would You Rather team up with Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I would say that Captain Marvel.
Yeah, probably Captain. I don't really know all of Captain Marvel's powers.
Like, she's like the ish.
She is. She's the one that she did beat Thanos, and she saved Iron Man.
Wait, no, Iron Man.
When they were in outer space, Iron Man and what's her name?
Gamora's
sister
and Spider-Man.
Remember when they were like in that ship?
Yeah,
and they thought they were. She was the one that brought them back.
I know Peter Parker was in the ship though, wasn't he?
No, it was Iron Man and Gamora's sister. What's her name? The one with the
robot.
That's why I have to rewatch these movies all the time so I can stay fresh.
So yeah, I'm definitely going with Marvel.
I'm going with Captain Marvel too.
I'm probably going with Captain. I don't know. Wonder Woman's pretty bad though.
But she be getting beat down, and then once she get down, then she
beat down. Though.
Nah, not Captain Marvel.
But
and then like once she get beat down, then she want to come back. I'm like, I don't want you to get beat down.
I'm gonna go with Wonder Woman because I like what she wears a little better than Captain Marvel.
God.
And I'll be able to look at that all the time.
Okay.
Captain Marvel wear a whole onesie.
That's your reason? Okay.
Because I don't know their powers, so I'm going with Wonder Woman.
All right.
Plus she got that last. Never mind.
Oh my God! Wait!
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Okay, let us know your comments, guys. Let us know what you guys choose.
I'm gonna keep eating this grub. Y'all go ahead and do the show. I'm gonna try to put this grub together. I'm gonna go ahead.
Hey, Leslie.
So this is something that
what's up, Les?
Goose and I talked about earlier today. Would you rather have Beyonce's talent or Jay-Z's business acumen? I know what you want to say.
Okay.
I would say Jay-Z's business acumen.
Exactly. Me too.
Yeah.
Me three.
Totally.
Okay, I'll be the eyeball and see Beyonce's talent.
All right.
I mean, yeah, you have the talent, we'll manage you.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. That's simple.
And give me a shoddy contract. Take all my money.
Mhm. I'll make sure you're taken well care of.
Okay.
Yep.
So those are our 2 Would You Rathers brought to you by none other than
Therapeutic billing. Why not?
Why not?
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. You guys ready for the Dear 10-7?
Yes. We're
All right.
taking your letters.
You want to read one, husband?
You asked me. I said no.
I'll give you.
Yeah, he did say no
He
earlier.
did say no, but I don't want to
she
read all
she
three.
thought you might have forgot.
Here, take the shortest one.
All right.
Okay, it's the one in the middle. Got my notes.
See, I don't have the notes in front of me, so now I gotta
There
actually
you
listen.
go.
I gotta listen. Yeah, but
Well, he was busy. Just
Oh,
listen.
I'll put it on my phone.
Dear 10-7, my longtime best friend of 15 years and I entered into a romantic relationship in March of last year. It was a nightmare from almost the very beginning. There were faults and failures on both sides, but ultimately, it ended when it came to light that he had not only been cheating on me, but also gotten the other girl pregnant. The breakup has left me very confused and deeply hurt and traumatized. I miss my best friend more than anything. We've had no contact for more than a month now, but lately, the urge to reach out to him has been overwhelming. What do I do? Is it better to leave things as they stand? Is reaching out a bad idea?
Well, unfortunately, you can't do anything about this. But your first mistake was getting into a romantic relationship with your best friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because if it goes bad, then it's hard to come
Yeah.
in.
Lose a friend and a
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah. And if you do, you gotta have rules that you gotta stick by.
And we had a show where we was talking about these.
Yeah,
rules.
like friends with benefits. You know what I mean? You
Right,
gotta have
right.
rules.
It's a shame though, because if they were close friends like that,
Mhm.
you can't.
You
How do you
can't.
get
How
back
do you
to
go
that?
back to that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then like, if we were
Time.
cool like that, you should have been like, all right, wait a minute. I know we're sleeping together, but I'm probably gonna be sleeping with other people too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
just-
that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. You have rules.
yeah.
So this situation, it seemed like feelings got involved. You know,
Which
and
that
which
happens.
usually happens.
Mhm.
And before y'all entered into this, did y'all discuss like what would happen if somebody were to catch feelings? 'Cause it seemed like one person caught feelings and one person didn't. And
Mhm.
this is usually
That's
the
usually
end
how
result.
it goes.
Yep.
So, dude,
Yeah.
it's time to find a new bestie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I
Leslie
mean,
said, "Nope, cut it off completely. Keep all ties severed."
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Totally.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, I said it's time to find a new bestie.
oh,
Yep.
I completely missed that part. It
What?
ended when he was cheating.
Yeah,
He was cheating and he
and got
pregnant.
somebody else pregnant. Yep.
Yeah, like really?
It happened.
You still want to be friends
See,
with
but
that
you know what it
person?
sounds like?
What?
It sounds like you were his lady, but he wasn't your man.
Yep. Yep.
Sounds
And it
like-
sounds like everybody knew it, but you.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Man. If this, I gotta ask, and too bad you already wrote in, can't answer. But if this was your best friend, you didn't know he was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the other thing. Yeah.
Did you go into this thinking that it was going to be
You
It was
were
going to
different?
be
different.
different. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a mistake that's made a lot. Too.
She was feeling him and played the friend.
Yeah.
For
So she
15
was
years.
able to people will play that friend role
For
for a long
15
time.
years.
Yeah.
That's the long game for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Justin and I were friends for 15 years.
I know. Goose and I were friends for about 15 minutes.
But were we best friends though? We were
15 days.
Yeah, 15 days.
You were one of my better friends, but you know what I'm saying.
We weren't best friends though.
Nah,
But I knew
probably
I knew
wouldn't
what
call
you was
you-
doing.
You was the
Yo.
person next to the best
on
friend.
the yard. Wait a minute. What?
Ah!
Excuse me. Wait a minute.
Oh.
You ain't know nothing I was doing on the yard 'cause I wasn't doing nothing on the yard.
So you say.
All right, you ready to move on to the next one?
Yes.
All right. Dear 10-7, I'm in a new relationship with a guy who says he wants to be exclusive and committed with me. He's great and a lot of fun and treats me well, except for one thing. I've noticed he's very frugal, and we only go out to places that are inexpensive, like pizza,
playing the long game,
matinee movies, drinks with no offer of food, picnics on the beach, etc. After a few weeks of dating, he asked me to dinner, and when the bill came, he asked me if I could cover it. I did willingly, but it didn't feel right. Then, after a few more weeks, we decided to cook dinner together at his place and went to the grocery store together. And when we were checking out, he said, "It's your turn to pay." I looked at him stunned. I said, "Okay," and paid. But when we got to the car, I was angry and asked him, "Is this how it's going to be? Do you want me to pay every other time or what?" He said he felt it was only fair since we both earn about the same amount of money. I don't know why this bothers me so much. I can think of a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
I was raised to believe that the man should pay the majority of the time, especially in the first few months of dating. I don't know if he earns the same as me. All I know is I cannot afford to pay for half our dates, nor do I want to. This makes me think he won't be a good provider for me and our family. I feel like he's being cheap. Am I off base?
Not at all.
You off base.
I don't think she's off base.
Yes, you off base.
How is she off base?
How is she off base?
Because here we go. I'm gonna tell you why she's off base. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can be shocked and stunned that he said, we gonna pay, we gonna go have whatever he said every other time. Okay, cool.
He didn't say that. She said that.
No, but he said I think it's only fair that we make them the same amount of money that every other time.
How you know how much money she made?
Listen, we don't know, but he don't know.
We only know what she told us.
But here's the thing. It was something towards the end that got me. She said, I don't know why it bothers me so much. I was raised to believe a man should pay the majority of the time, especially in the first few months of it. That is like one of those unwritten rules, right? But that doesn't have to be true.
No, it doesn't have to be true.
Have to be true, but a lot of times the man does that.
But I think here we have a clear lack of communication.
Absolutely.
Because how is it that you've been dating for a few months and you realize this pattern, and then now only are you guys having this conversation?
Right. Now that's an issue right there.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the count and it's your turn to pay. Now that should have been something that should have been sprung on you.
Right.
No, it should have been y'all should have an agreement.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I really feel like that might be more the issue, that it got sprung on you and you kind of was taken back by it and all like that. But if you are not willing to split some things, sometimes, because mostly the man pays, but he obviously not like that.
Right.
Then maybe this relationship ain't for you, and you gotta get out of it.
Yeah, it's a clear red flag. But this is my thing.
If that's the type of dude he is, and you like him,
so what if he said to you, like, kind of what she already said, every other time, or whoever initiates should be the person to pay? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, if I ask you out, then I'll pay. But also, ladies,
I like that.
Be prepared. Like, have your own money. You just don't ever know.
Yeah.
But this is he's kind of like a cheapskate to me.
Yeah.
As long as y'all not dumpster diving, then maybe you can continue to see him for a little while longer. But I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
I want to ask the ladies, like, if you're dating somebody, are you feeling like you should never come out of pocket?
No. So, I don't feel like that at all.
Because I kind of got that vibe somewhat, but you feel that way?
Really? I don't remember ever paying for a date.
No, I'm not talking about what did happen. I'm talking about what you feel should happen.
Oh, what I feel should happen? Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely feel that sometimes you should come out. You know what I mean? But I feel it should, like, if we do it, I feel it should be like unexpected. Like, no, babe, I got that today, and then be like, oh, you know what I mean? But I don't think. I mean, unless y'all discuss that from the top.
So you're saying men should never expect a woman to pay?
That's,
most of the time we don't
right.
expect a woman to pay.
We got some comments I want to get up here, y'all.
Yeah, let's get to some of these comments.
So Love says, if you can't afford to pay for dates, stop going.
Amen.
Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah.
Does that go for the man and the woman?
Yeah.
You know what?
Like, because
Here's
if the
thing.
woman's being taken out,
He could also say
Well, she
to
thought
her,
she was being taken out, but found out she was cheating.
maybe he doesn't. Maybe he can't afford it. So that's what.
Well, that's
like,
a conversation you
that
need to
definitely
have.
needs to be a
Right.
conversation.
she
Like,
definitely said she can.
right.
Yeah.
She definitely said she can't afford it.
She did mention in the letter that they've done like free stuff. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with like a
Well,
picnic in the park.
she
Like,
did say that they make the same amount of money. Or he said since
He
they
said-
make
he
the
said
same
it.
money.
She said,
and
I don't know how
he's
much he
assuming.
makes.
I think he's assuming.
So if they make the same amount of money and she can't afford to date, he should,
Yeah, but see,
right.
it's not how much money you make, it's what you do with the money that you do make.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So Barnes boy says, this is why you date. So you can see what you're getting.
Right.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Y'all ain't
And
mad.
if you're already saying that you don't think he's going to be a good
Yeah.
provider, then you might want to just
Then
go
you
ahead
might
and-
want to just cut your losses.
Yeah.
Yep. And Barnes boy also said, this is the age of equality, y'all. No more free rides, ladies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still on the page like whoever asks you pay, and like
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
awesome.
mind paying. Like I don't mind paying. I'll pull my wallet out to pay anytime. It's fine.
I grew into that because
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna lie. When I was younger, I wasn't paying for nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I just
He was looking to be catered to. Huh?
I was. That's how I felt like.
But I
if
think
you
a
wanna date
lot
me,
of women are
that's
like
your
that.
responsibility.
They're just like, oh, you're
So when you
asking me
say
out, you're taking me
But
out,
see,
you're
when
paying.
you say that, that would make me say, okay, I want to date you. I should pay, but you don't want to date me back.
I do want to date you back. Well, I'm
Or
gonna
you
see
just,
if I
or you
want to
just
date
dating
you.
me because I'm paying.
I'm gonna see if I want to date you.
See?
What did you say?
Me and Mons do it together. That's right, cuz.
Yeah, Leon.
That's
Yeah,
how it
I
works.
mean, now we do. Like once we got to know each other and stuff, we would go back and forth. But see, some men, and see, Justin don't want to admit this, that he won't let me pay for.
I let you pay last week.
Yeah. Oh. That's because you didn't know.
right.
Right. Had you known,
I don't know. I mean,
they'd be like, no, babe, I can't let you do that. But you know what I mean? And that's unfortunately, that's just one of the double standards.
right.
Women,
I don't know
when
if he's necessarily
when they
being
do the same
cheap.
thing with men do, so we expect y'all to pay. I mean, it's just a double standard you gotta do.
I don't think this guy's being cheap. It's still early in the relationship. Just give it a little bit more time, see where it goes. Maybe he's trying to get student loans paid off or something like that. It might not always be
just
this way.
have
He
a
might,
conversation.
right. He might have something else that he needs to do with his money that's more important. So he's trying to get rid of it now. So on the back end, you're good.
I mean,
think just give him
maybe
some more
I
time.
can't call it, but I wouldn't. If you feeling to the point where you feel like he's not going to be a good provider for the family, then I would date around. I would.
Yeah, I mean, don't
put
limit
all my
yourself
eggs
to
in one
anybody.
basket.
Yeah,
I would date around.
definitely. But don't cut him off totally, because like I said, he might be working on something. That's another
Might
thing that
be.
came up.
Don't worry about
That's
that.
not-
That's not
That's spam.
Oh, okay. I can't see. Y'all know I'm
I'm
throwing
not
this
like,
back.
what is that? Ain't no advertising on here.
That's
Yeah.
spam.
All
That's
right.
good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
this one's interesting. Dear 107, my wife had a moment of truth the other night.
Oh boy.
We've been together for about 15 years. We have a healthy relationship and a nice life. She was just out of high school when we met. She's now in her mid-30s. What did you say?
No. Leon said, if you were alone, who would pay?
Exactly. Exactly right.
We go starting, huh?
That's right, cuz.
She also has recently gone on a lifestyle weight loss journey and is feeling confident. This is great. She has joked and made reference to a work boyfriend and to men hitting on her. Sometimes I go to bed early and she stays up drinking and talking with her friends. If she has too much to drink, she will sometimes wake me up with a truth bomb, usually some silly comment that she has forgotten about the next day. During her latest midnight revelation, she stated that she wanted a hall pass from our marriage.
That's a wrap.
Right. This was coming from her evil, drunk alter ego.
Okay.
What do they say about a drunk tongue or some such shit like that?
Drunk tongue tells no lies or something like that.
She immediately
drunk body,
said
sober
she
mind.
ruined everything, made a variety of excuses, and apologized. The next day, sure enough, I was the only one who remembered what she said.
Wow.
I really
she
want to-
tried.
Yep, she did. I really want to forget it, but she can essentially ask me. But if she can essentially ask me for permission to stray from the marriage, what am I supposed to do with that? I understand fantasy, and I'm not saying I've never looked at another woman, but it ends there. I wouldn't dream of asking for for a hall pass. So what is the advice that he's seeking?
I don't know.
I don't know.
First of
Yeah,
all,
question, man.
if your wife is coming in drunk and getting in the bed, the only reason she need to be waking you up at 4 is
Better be wood.
that's not what
Better be wood.
If she ain't waking you up for that, then that's the first problem.
Right. I'm not sure what advice he wants. Like, I mean,
Right. What's he trying to say?
she's drinking at home, right? So she comes to bed drunk. So she's not necessarily out. She just he goes to bed and she's up drinking and talking to her friends. I mean, I probably would be like, work husband, let's talk more about that.
Barnes boy said it's over.
It's over.
So wrap.
Oh, really? I don't think it's over.
Wrap it up, B.
Over. It's probably something that she's been thinking about.
She's feeling herself. She lost weight. She's got this confidence now.
Right.
But see, that might be like she's got this kind of. She might want a whole new life now. You understand what I'm saying? Like she's like, I lost this weight.
Who's my boy?
I lost this weight.
His wife was
different. I'm getting a whole bunch of different
got the head
attention now.
transplant.
Now it's like, come on, I'm trying to do,
Yes.
I'm trying to catch up on what I missed out on.
That's right. So in real life, I know someone who is still married. They have so many children, but she had a head transplant. She went on that. Okay, I see your face.
Yeah.
So you guys remember this? It was a reality show years ago. It was called The Swan, and they would take like women who were like kind of overweight.
Oh yes.
They would like fix their teeth, and do their
plastic
hair,
surgery.
plastic surgery.
Yeah, I remember that.
So she went on that show.
Oh.
And from being on that show, she lost like a bunch of weight. She had plastic surgery done. They like gave her a whole like makeover. And more than one time, she left him to be with other men and would like leave him with the kids. And I mean, at one point, she left her whole family to be with this dude for like a year.
Oh my God.
And he was taking care of the kids in the household, and she was out loving the action because she had lost weight and like got all this confidence and everything.
Wow.
But he took her back every single time. Like she's done it at least 2 or 3 times, and he takes her back every single time.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That's no way to live.
No, it's not.
Nope. So, anyhow, so that was the last Dear 7.
I don't know. I mean, it's up to you if you want to give her a hall pass. I mean, but now she's trying to act like she didn't say it. So.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't.
Yeah. You don't
she's
know.
thinking about it.
Yeah, she totally is.
Yes, and like I said, she's getting a whole bunch.
But here's
of
the other thing: whether he gives her a hall pass or not, if she wants to do it, it's going to happen.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
And she might just be somewhere getting drunk enough.
Yeah. Pop Wiseman says a drunk person says what a sober person wants to.
There it is. There it is. So, all right, that was the last Dear 7.
Sometimes a drunk person tries to say what it's
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Before we move on to the thing that we put aside from last week with the surrogate, I just want to bring up something that was posted in our group. I know you guys saw it. So, shit. Okay, here it is. All right, well, I'll read it to you. Okay. I'll read it. So, Ray, who's in our 10-7 group on Facebook, she says, question, married women. Your husband gives a female friend a small monetary gift for her birthday from his money without talking to you. Do you demand that he gets the money back from the female? And then married men, do you actually ask your female friend for the money back? Ladies, would you return the money?
Absolutely not. I'm not asking for no money back.
Listen, I ain't putting no more than like $10 in the damn card anyway for an adult.
So this is what I said.
So it was 25.
It was 25.
$25.
This is what I said to Goose. I said, if that's your homie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you buy, a $50 gift card or whatever the case is, you don't have to tell me that. Like that's my homie. I got her card. I put a gift in it. Right. Now, if you put $500 in the card, then that's a discussion.
No, the only problem would be if he gave her $40.
Oh my God! Here you go.
If he gave her $40, now you have a concern.
Yeah.
I think it's silly. I would never ask him to get money back. From something. And if I was the chick and you came to me and said, "Oh, I'm gonna need you to give me that money back," no Indian giver.
Exactly.
Like, right. Where did you do that at? No, that's not what happened.
He bought lunch.
Right. And if they're married, a lot of times his friends become your friends. And
allegedly.
supposedly. It's just,
Mhm.
but all of those things gel together. So I mean, it wouldn't. I don't know. I think she just maybe taking it all out of context.
Some women, I think,
So-
take stuff overboard.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
all the way
overboard.
overboard.
Mhm.
Or he's done something in the past and they still suspicious.
Mhm. Yeah,
So Ryan says, nope, my friends are my friends, period.
that's true. It's true. But like Tyra said,
I don't completely agree. I agree with it, but I don't completely agree
Yeah.
with it, right? Because if you're talking about your marriage, like my friends may not necessarily be her friends, but no matter what, she comes first. But that don't mean I'm asking for that $39 back.
because it's not quite 40.
Because I'm not doing
It's
40.
not quite 40.
I'm not giving you $40.
What's this?
I'm just saying.
Like, not.
You just said LOL.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, you giving her $40? Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I think
So
that's
give
so
her 41.
I just think that's so foolish. Like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to get that money back.
Yeah, and see, I
Yeah,
also
fact.
think it depends on the dynamic of the relationship of the married couple.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
kind of little
Exactly.
secrets is going on that you don't trust him that much?
My
Mhm.
question is,
Um,
did he give the money to somebody that you don't like?
Maybe.
That you don't particularly like?
Right.
That's probably what it was.
You know
Like,
what she said
I'm
on
so
the
sick of
next
hearing
Friday?
about
I don't particularly like.
your work wife.
friend. Right. Your
All right,
work
so you
wife.
want people listening up to surrogate.
Yeah.
Do you know how to do that?
He got it.
He got
He
it.
got
Got
it.
it.
All right.
This one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Boom.
There
There
Oh.
it
you
is.
go.
Okay. So this is an interesting article, people. I feel like I'm story time. Okay. So a woman who was a surrogate for a couple said she had an affair with the father and now she wants custody of the child. And what was it that you said?
Well, we have a 10-7 group member that
Is an
that
attorney.
is an attorney
Mhm.
and commented on this, and this is what that person said. Yikes! Now that's quite a topic. The signed legal papers should govern. Old case out of New Jersey with surrogate named Maribeth Whitehead had a similar issue. Look it up. Surrogates can't keep the kid.
That's right.
That
They
was in the
can't.
news, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. But it's true because when you're a surrogate, you're just the vessel.
You're just a vessel.
Right.
It's not your embryo. It's not your
kid,
egg.
right.
It's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are just
Isn't that what that
carrying.
show was about?
You're just the shit that brought Superman to Earth.
Right. Right. Oh my God.
Good analogy. Babe.
Good analogy.
Okay.
Good analogy.
So, a surrogate in British Columbia is suing the father, seeking joint guardianship of the baby. The surrogate said in court documents that she had an affair with a man who's married. A judge who's not involved in the case anymore said the situation is unprecedented. Well,
It's not
yeah.
unprecedented.
Well, maybe it
There's
is in
other
British Columbia.
Right.
So the surrogate says she was impregnated by the man after she agreed to be his family surrogate. So now she wants guardianship of the baby that she birthed, according to court papers. This woman is called KB in the court documents. Also said the father had promised to leave his wife and raise the baby with her, but never followed through.
That's what they always
I'm
do.
sorry,
They
what?
always tell you they're gonna leave
Men
their
don't
wife.
leave their wives.
They
Okay,
don't.
they don't. They bend you over as much as
It's
possible.
rare.
I
Men
know
don't
a
leave
lot
their
of
wives.
guys that have left their wife. What you talking about?
Wait.
Not for they jump
Guys
off.
leave their wife all the time.
Look,
So
okay.
she's saying that
Prince
she was
Harry
the
did
surrogate
let
first
Mary
and
his
then
jump
began a
off.
relationship with this dude.
Right.
Mhm.
All right.
And the father is saying he's disputing the claims and the
Of
details
course
of
he
the
is.
affair.
Of
Yeah.
course he is.
So British Columbia Supreme Court Justice Warren Millman said in court documents that are dated June 30th, this is a highly unusual situation with no comparable precedent. Though an official custody agreement has not been solidified, Millman, who's not involved in the case anymore, said he thought the child should stay with the father and his wife for stability reasons. Well, it's their baby.
Can
But
So
wait, I'm
Can I ask
confused
y'all?
though,
Can I ask y'all a
because-
question real quick?
Okay.
When you have a surrogate, it's the sperm, the father's sperm, the man's sperm, and the woman's egg,
right.
Typically.
and they're put together and then put into another person.
Correct.
Typically.
So the hold on, I know I'm gonna let you finish. So my question is, do the father and the mother or the non-surrogate woman own like the egg and don't they
See,
own it?
I think, I think it's a genetic. It sounds like to me here that maybe her egg and uterus was used because it don't necessarily have to be where they just use the uterus. If the mother has something wrong with her eggs or whatever, she don't have any
So
more
she has an
eggs.
egg donor.
Right, she'll have an egg donor, and so I don't know what the situation is. Like, does the baby have the surrogate's DNA, and is
Doesn't
that
say.
why she's trying to do it, or is this egg? If this was a previously fertilized egg by that couple, and they're just using her uterus,
Mm-hmm.
so they're not really
because the
saying
impact is-
because maybe that's why it's unprecedented because she may be genetically the mother,
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't the,
Yeah,
wouldn't the
but
baby
if she
have,
signed legal documents,
wouldn't the baby have some of the surrogate's DNA?
No,
Just off-
no.
There's
No.
no,
Yeah.
none of that blood is running
But
through.
even though the baby and the mom, in some surrogate situations wouldn't share DNA,
right?
the fact that the mom birthed the
baby,
child,
right?
doesn't that inherently make the mother
No.
the mother?
No, she's not the mother. Just
The
I mean,
mother.
but-
How do you tell the mother is the mother because of genetics?
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Okay.
It's,
All right.
right.
You wanna-
It doesn't
here's a-
matter if you carry
here's
the
a real-
baby. If the DNA don't match, then that's not your.
Here's a real
I got
dumb,
you.
here's a real dumb way to think about it. You want to get to point A to point B, right?
Uh-huh.
You don't take your car, you take an Uber, but you don't own the Uber, but you have to pay for it.
I guess.
That's for the people that's really confused.
Okay.
You confuse
I'm
me
just-
even more because now I'm like,
Wait,
what?
Because
Baby.
you're still getting to your destination. Your goal is to have the baby. Your goal is to get to a destination. You could do it yourself. Maybe you can't because
She
that's why
can't, which is why she has a
but
surrogate.
what I'm saying.
So the Uber is
the
just
equipment
surrogate
is there.
vehicle.
The
Right.
Uber is the surrogate. Absolutely. See,
All right. But I'm just saying, like, what's the circumstances of the surrogacy? Are they just using her uterus?
Well, it depends
Or
on
are
what
they
the
using her
contract
egg?
says.
I don't know what the
But
contract
if she
said.
signed a contract prior to, even if she is genetically the mother, and that's why I think they said it's unprecedented because she may genetically be the mother. 'Cause
Yeah.
They may have used her egg and her uterus
Right,
Mm.
and
That's quite
used the
possible.
husband's sperm.
right, right.
But if she should have signed papers ahead of time saying, I'm just a vessel,
Right.
and I'm donating my
Right.
egg and my uterus, and if she did that, then they have no ground. She
Right.
has no ground to stand.
Right. Right.
But
See,
it
I'm
goes
trying to
And that's
figure
what our
deeper.
lawyer member was saying, that
Right.
whatever contract is with government.
Right.
It goes deeper because I think there's a
got
certain
some
level
comments.
of pettiness here. We do have comments, but I think there's a certain level of pettiness to this
Oh,
because
okay.
it goes on to say, it
Those
goes
are old.
on to
Those comments
say,
are old.
yeah.
They're old.
All right.
So you still put them-
So the surrogate met the father in the spring of 2014,
right.
and they began an affair. Okay?
Prior to.
And then over the next 2 years, he impregnated her twice, and she had an abortion both times.
Wow.
So how did she wind up being y'all's surrogate? See,
Because the wife ain't know.
single white female, see the half a
The wife ain't know what was going on.
Mhm.
So he was just like, babe, I found somebody that's going to carry a baby for us. You know what I mean? So the wife may have had a hysterectomy. And she may not have egg or
hold up. Wait a minute.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
You missed that part?
No, I'm just thinking. She wasn't no surrogate.
She was his
She was
girlfriend.
on.
Yeah.
That's why they said it's unprecedented
She
because
was
that
his
baby is
girlfriend.
probably genetically hers.
That's
Yep.
probably her baby. And he was like, yo, we can have this surrogate. Bang, boom, pow. He think he in the
Yeah.
crib.
But
Two
what am I
birds,
going to
one
do
stone.
about my actual
Two
wife?
birds, one stone.
Wow. Because the wife
Ready.
could have had a hysterectomy. She had a complete hysterectomy.
Yo,
she has nothing.
in some underhanded, messed up way, that was genius stuff.
Really? Justin?
Underhanded way,
Seriously?
that was genius. Think about it. Think about
It
it.
ain't that
Is
genius
it-
because he in court.
Right. It didn't work, but think about it. You cheat on your wife. As a man, you cheat on your wife. You get the girl pregnant. You know your wife can't have a baby. Let's have a surrogate. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. She's pregnant. Okay, at work, we're going to have a baby.
But that's not how you do it. Usually
I
you do
know
a
that's not-
surrogate, you do it in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
But people do, do surrogacy out, the
Yeah,
old
that whole
way.
handmaid's
Yeah,
tale
yeah.
thing.
I couldn't watch that. Like once I
Yeah,
found
no, I
out
couldn't
that,
get into it
I
either.
was like, I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Your dad's just starting to sound like scrambled eggs to me. Oh my God. Oh my
So
God.
I think it's unprecedented because the baby genetically belongs to the mother,
To the surrogate.
the surrogate. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could
Maybe.
go deeper into that, but we
Unless-
don't necessarily.
Unless he did what I said.
Which
Oh, yeah.
evil genius.
Yeah.
Which would mean that the baby belonged to the. I don't know.
The baby belongs to the surrogate.
I'm getting confused.
Yeah, he knocked up his jump off.
That's a shame. Now
He
I
convinced his wife to allow her to be the surrogate.
Right.
Now I feel bad for
The wife.
Like, she's an innocent victim in all of this. Like, y'all go off and do whatever you're gonna do. Don't drag me into your foolishness.
Right. And then you're dragging an innocent wife into it as well.
Yeah. So, all right, you ready to move on?
We ready?
Okay. What are we
Yes, we
talking about?
do.
Yep, we're talking about that. So we've been putting this
Oh,
on for like
yeah.
2 weeks.
Why he chose her?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
we first spoke about this in June, right then June, I think.
Right, I
And
think
we took
so.
a couple weeks off. Yeah.
We did. All right. So of course, I have notes.
Of course.
All right.
You know what? You've been test.
Mhm. Who is that?
No, but you gotta admit, like that's if you're
It is
trying to get
smart.
away with something.
If you're trying to get away with it, that's very clever.
Yeah.
But he's
Ron's
not
boy.
getting away that much because he
He in court. Yeah.
He's like one of Evilville, like a Lex Luthor. Or something.
Yeah.
I think you're giving him too much credit.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So why he chose her?
So yeah, so I mean, I've never been in this situation, but apparently it sucks. So it says it hurts when someone we love leaves us for another person. You meet a man you love, and although things go flawlessly for the first few months, he breaks up with you. And some months later, you discover that he's connected with another woman, or even worse, married her. Has that ever happened to you, Tyra?
Huh?
You ever been in a situation like that?
No.
Yeah, no, me either. Why are we talking about this?
Y'all just ain't never been left by nobody.
I've been left, but I don't know if he married it. I don't think.
Left to marry somebody?
Yeah, like you're
Oh.
in a relationship with somebody. You think it's going well. You think it's going great. You're like, oh, I see a future here, and then he breaks up with you, and then you find out he's with somebody new almost immediately, and to add insult to injury, he actually married her and not you. So that's kind of what this article is about.
Okay.
Sounds kind of familiar, don't it?
No.
Oh wait, what? Is there some gossip?
No. And I'm gonna tell you why she said that, because prior to us being in a relationship, I was in a relationship, and it just didn't work out. But
We was both in a relationship.
but we didn't break up with the people for each other.
No.
Because y'all know our story. We done said our story 12 times on the thing. She just called me one day, and then it was like, oh, maybe it work out. Boom. So
And now here we are.
now here we
Tara
go.
was engaged when I met her.
Damn, go ahead, go
T.
Go ahead, boy.
She was like, take your ring.
Uh-huh.
No, I didn't even do that.
Don't forget to come.
Do you still have it?
Oh.
You still got it?
Do you still have it?
Actually, she took the ring and turned them into studs for me.
Where?
Oh, I hope he not, because
Yo. That's gangster.
I can't.
That's gangster. Oh my god.
OMG. But no, it was kind of similar
Supposed to get the ring
situation with us. We were friends though. We both were in relationships previously. We had both broken up with our previous partners, but we didn't know that. Like, we didn't plan to come together. It kind of just happened, and then we ended up married. And your previous significant other was a little didn't take that.
She was
I
upset.
don't remember that at all.
You
Wait a minute,
told
wait a minute.
me. Yes, you did.
Uh-oh.
And you
Call
told
her.
me.
Call her right
I
now.
don't
You
know
want
how- I don't really know how she took that.
You told me that she told you it kind of hurt.
I can imagine it would. How long did you date her?
You end up not landing me. I'm sure it hurt.
Oh my God.
Justin, how long did you date her? This other woman.
Oh, he was dating for a minute.
A
Oh,
long
wow.
time. He didn't even want to tell me that he had a girlfriend, and we was only friends then.
Oh, a long time. And then
Yeah,
He
you
wanted to leave a crack in that window.
and then you broke up, and then you married Tyra. So okay, so it's kind of the same.
It's kind
All
of
right, so here we go.
So you did that. So you should be able to answer these questions.
Right. So okay, so sometimes
Not how it happened.
there are no clues that he'll leave you for another woman, and you felt like there was a great connection between the two of you. Probably how she felt.
Right.
It will not be extremely long before realizing that some men do not understand what they want or what they like or what they want. That's true. He said, I remember it now.
I remember what was said. She said that it hurt to find out that I was getting married.
Oh,
That's what she said.
That's
so it's
rough.
the same
The
situation.
same situation.
But we
Kinda
wasn't-
what we're
we
saying
wasn't
here,
get married. We
Justin.
didn't get
But
married
they
till like 3
weren't-
years later.
But they weren't like getting along and everything was fine. You know, it wasn't like everything was fine.
We
Then he was
wasn't
like,
together.
"Move my mouth."
We weren't together.
Mhm.
We wasn't even not us. Me and her. We were not together. We weren't together for months before you and I got.
I know.
So I wonder if men ever feel this way. Like, I mean, because
Yeah.
clearly this article is
I'll
geared
tell you
towards
yes,
women.
because
Who left
men,
you?
nobody left me. I'm just saying, men are capable of the same feelings that women are capable of.
This is true.
That's
There you
all
go.
I'm saying.
Okay.
All right. So what's
All
the
right.
reason that he not?
So
He
here
don't
are
feel
some possible reasons. Now, I didn't write this.
Did a man wrote this though, right?
Nothing with a woman, but
I think
It's probably a woman.
I thought it was a man.
it's just you know.
So here's some possible reasons he could have picked another girl over you. While these points are not exhaustive, there could be other possible reasons, like he might like men. And in most cases, there's absolutely no tangible reason why he chose her over you.
Right.
So one, he never planned on marrying you.
There it is.
Most men know, and you guys have said it,
Yep.
fairly early into the relationship, whether it's something they want to go whether it's something they want to go the distance. So you're like, all right, I can take this, or this is just cuckoo. The only thing is they won't tell you that.
No.
Ladies. Okay. So most guys know when they have decided to have a girl as a keeper. And I'd say they know it within the first 3 months. Guys, do you agree?
First 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's fast.
That is really fast.
Maybe first 6 months, maybe.
That's fast. I don't know.
You guys
I can't
know
put a time on.
fairly quickly though.
You see, it's kind of weird. Not weird, but excuse me. I know that there have been guys that be like, "Yo, I married her," but they ain't really know her yet.
Right.
I mean, some guys just say that if they look at the butt.
Exactly.
Yeah, like some guys
We won't discuss it.
those don't work. That doesn't work. Don't work
Yeah.
out.
Right.
But like if you
I
get to
mean-
know, like with Tyra, I knew relatively quick, but we knew each other for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just meet somebody, it probably takes a good maybe 4, 5 to 6 months. Yeah. I would assume.
I don't even know. I don't even know when I knew I wanted to marry Goose.
Some people say they knew right away. Though. Some people will say they knew. Right.
He said day 2.
Day 2,
Day 2.
really? Here,
What
day
happened
2?
on day 1?
Yeah, I really don't know. You don't remember either, do you? You don't remember. Celeste.
All right. So what's the other reason?
All right.
It
You.
was 20 years ago.
It doesn't matter. You were a backup plan. That sucks. This sounds so
Yes.
horrible.
Yeah.
He may have used you as a backup plan or a rebound, knowing that he would never commit to you. It's true, and it's pathetic on the
sucker
man's
stuff,
part.
man.
It is, but it is true. A lot of men use good women by dangling a ring in front of them and getting them to support them while they're looking for a better deal. It's like, I have a job, but I'm looking for a better job. while I'm at this
People
job.
do that. Women do it too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they don't dangle
Yeah.
a ring, but they'll dangle some other stuff.
Yep.
Gucci.
I would never dangle like.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I call it the marriage carrot. You
I
know
can
how you
remember
put
old
the carrot
head.
in front of the horse.
I can't remember old head way back when I was like a teenager telling me, "Don't tell her you love her,"
Really? Why?
Wow.
because that brings in a whole different type of feelings now. You know what I mean? Like not like don't tell your wife you love her or something like
No.
that, but like
Like-
if you trying to get at somebody, don't tell the girl that you love her just to try to get at her.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Makes sense.
Oh, yeah. No,
All right.
That's what he was saying.
Because
Like,
you're going to put more into it than you are.
Right.
Exactly.
Why? Because women are more
Don't say it.
emotional.
Don't say it unless we mean it.
true.
All right. All right. You, lady, treated him poorly. Most people know when they are abusive. If you're abusive, you will most likely end up alone. It's not always true. If you're being abused, there's not one person in the world who would judge you or wonder why you chose another partner over your current partner. Ergo, you should treat your partner well.
Yeah.
See, you should treat me well.
I don't beat
Oh,
you
Lord.
anymore.
Treat them right. Treat them right.
Treat him like a lady.
You say you don't beat them anymore
No. Okay.
because you got the
I'm
results.
trained.
That's
Exactly.
This is how I'm trained.
You might not have given him any reason to commit. What?
Yeah, I don't understand that one.
Okay, most men love a free meal. Oh, that makes
What?
no sense. And as much as I hate to say it, now remember, I didn't write this article, y'all. Most men aren't decent human beings. Okay, a woman wrote this.
Yeah.
She said most men aren't
decent human beings.
You can tell by the man bashing.
A scorned woman.
Yep, a scorned woman.
Yeah.
If you pamper them, spoil them, act as a wife to them, and roll over for them, they will not see any reason to reward that or care about your needs. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
That is some BS. This is what I realized was my problem. So this is a woman. After all, he's getting his, why would he see any other reason to lock it down?
So
if you're already behaving like a
don't buy the
wife.
cow and you can get the milk.
So this is titled wrong. So it should be titled like the feelings of a woman who wasn't chosen.
Who's been scorned.
Who wasn't chosen.
Why did he choose her over me? That's what it should say.
You know what? A lot of that can be avoided if you that whole 90-day rule.
Yeah.
Like that 90. Honestly, that 90-day rule can be a big.
Can be a lifesaver.
But how so though? I mean,
because like you said, if you get it too early, you ain't really got nothing else to look forward to.
I'm interested in what
you don't really care about learning the person.
Barnes Boy said, y'all give us too much credit.
What do you mean by that?
Barnes Boy, what do you mean by that?
Y'all give us too much credit.
Yeah, and then he said we're simple creatures. What do you mean by that, Barnes Boy?
I think he's talking like the manipulating tone of the letter of the article.
Okay, like to make it seem like y'all just sit and
we conjure all this stuff, but we plot and plan.
Okay.
We got a whole dartboard with all the
and y'all got little black books.
Nah, they ain't
ain't like that. You just stumble around.
But let's be honest. I mean, we're grown here.
Yeah.
And a lot of our viewing audience are married. If a dude is just getting at you because he likes the way you look and wants to hit it, that's all that his mindset is on. However, if you end up being somebody that he can, in the process, if he actually ends up like knowing you a little bit, and you're a person that he can groove with and get down with, you can actually change that. But don't go into the situation looking to change it. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know when that's what he's looking for. Is just to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta know that.
All
it's
right.
hard to, but you gotta know.
The next one is he assumed that you wouldn't leave regardless of whether or not he is committed to you. This was another killer in this person's relationship, the woman who wrote this article. A lot of people will keep partners around and treat them like trash, primarily because they don't believe their partner will ever leave them. Well, I mean, how much abuse do you want to take?
Right.
If you get the feeling that this rings true with you, it's time to pack your bags. You deserve better.
So whoever wrote this, everything happened to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay.
Good Lord, pulling out the world's smallest violin.
She's like a damn Hallmark movie.
Okay.
Pity party of one. You pressured him too much. Too much pressure makes men run. It's just a fact of life. You can be the finest woman out there, but if you constantly hound him for a wedding, he will run. After all, no one likes to feel like, I don't believe that either, like a means to an end, and that's exactly what you do when you bring up marriage every 5 minutes.
Yeah, you don't have to run, you just ignore it.
Right. If you want to get him to marry you, just have a silent walk date and have the talk with him. I don't like this lady.
It's crazy because like she's obviously scorned, right?
Yeah, she's obviously had a lot of things happen to her.
Yeah. Maybe, I mean, I've never read Steve Harvey's book, but maybe she needs to read the book.
Yeah.
Okay. He might have seen her as more secure than you. This could mean that she's more confident than you or more financially secure. Both factors can play a huge role in whether or not he's willing to say, I do. It makes sense. Secure people are easier to deal with and naturally will be more likely to have a lot to offer. Everyone wants more security in life, and that's why they may gravitate to a safer bet.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I can see it could make sense for some people.
Yeah, but because some people they think, the traditional role of the man head of the household and all that kind of stuff. But if the woman makes more money or has a more exuberant personality that they do, then they may feel less than.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. His parents may have liked her more, but they don't have to live with her. Okay, whatever.
I've never picked somebody because of my family. I've never, I've always known that I got to live for me.
Yeah.
I can't live to make everybody else happy.
I've dated a couple guys. Like I dated this one guy in particular, but I was so young. I was so young when I married Goose. It was like there was nobody else. There never was a chance for anybody else.
How old were y'all when y'all got married?
When we got married, we were 27, but when we met, I was 22. So it wasn't really. Yes, you had just turned 23. We met a couple weeks after your 23rd birthday. You had struck through.
That's a long time.
So I dated this one guy in high school, and my oh my god, my parents could not stand him. Like to the point where like my mom was like, you cannot bring him here. If you want to see him, you got to see him in the street. Don't come here. She did not like him at all. So I hate to say this, and I truly despise having to admit it, but parents do play a huge role in many men's decision to marry. Is that true? That's a real thing.
It could be true. It could be true. I can see that being true. Not necessarily true for me, but I can see that being true. But it just so happens that my family loves Tyra. So
yeah, like that.
So if they hated her, I don't know what would have happened. But
yeah,
my mom was made up.
Thanksgiving would have just been awkward, I guess.
So yeah, it says she goes on to say, this woman is scorned. She goes on to say, I know this because parents have been a reason for multiple breakups in my life. What? You need to reevaluate yourself, young lady. Yes. So she says, is this fair? No. Should you be angry? Absolutely. No, you shouldn't. It's something about you. You're the issue. However, it's better to be single than date someone who's too spineless to stand up for you when the parents are involved. Why are you laughing?
Because when you said it's something about you, it just made me think of that Cat Williams.
How
can I mess up the self-esteem of you?
It's true.
It's called self-esteem. It's about you.
If more than one set of parents is saying to their kid, I don't know about this one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, if this happened to you more than one time, baby, it's you. Like, it's you, baby. Yeah. It's definitely you.
Yeah.
So, your goals are too different for it to be feasible. Sometimes we get too wrapped up in wanting a relationship with someone that we forget to be realistic about what we should be realistic about. If a guy feels like your life goals would restrict him from pursuing his, then the issue will quickly be the biggest problem in getting him to commit, and is probably why he chose her over you. That makes sense. He may have problems.
Yes.
Broken men marry broken women. Have you ever heard this before?
I've never heard that.
Okay. This is just a fact. I don't know where she did her research, but okay.
I think more so you can find a broken man and broken woman finding each other. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the relationship is like terrible.
Yeah.
But
yeah. It says if you were too healthy for him, kept trying to make things better, but weren't putting up with the toxic ish, there's a good reason why he may not have wanted to marry you. Broken men want broken relationships. I do not believe that at all. Personal,
who goes out and seek a broken relationship? Like
personal punching bags and messed up dynamics. This is a recipe for failure if you follow along with what she's saying. Just because he walked down the aisle with her doesn't mean that he's good for her. That is
that is true.
Yeah, it's true. That is
that's true in many occasions.
This isn't some weird way to replay the past or that she's even happy with him. I don't know what she means by that, but whatever. Let's move on from that because I'm confused.
Yeah, this article should have been vetted before it was posted.
Right. He just may not be ready, which is true. Right. A lot can
True
change in 6 months, a whole lot. If he wasn't ready back then, broke up with you, and suddenly had a huge lifestyle change that made marriage worth it, then it's possible. What?
You laughing at what I'm laughing?
Yeah, your boss said, I bet she voted for Trump.
I bet she did, Mr. Watson. I bet
I don't
she
even
did.
know what that comes from, but hey, it's funny.
Yeah. All right,
Like she's just a messed up individual. All right.
she may
Deplorable.
she's a deplorable. She may have had other non-negotiable traits that you didn't have, won't have, or can't have. The bottom line for a lot of these cases is that men have traits they seek out in spouses, but that's anybody, male or female. And if you don't have what they're looking for, you will not be considered wife material. You also can't change who you are just to get a ring. Trust me, I've tried that.
Oh my God.
my God.
And that's part of your problem.
You
need
need
exactly.
help.
Wait a minute.
She
This is
totally
not a
does.
Dear 10-7. We like, that's what your problem
Yeah.
is. That's part of what
You
you
need
change.
help.
You
All right.
say that
This
to
is-
everybody else.
This
Be
is the
yourself.
last one in this woman's sad sack of life.
Be your doggone self.
So, for one random reason or another, he believed you weren't the one for him. And it's that simple. Sadly, attraction and marriage decisions don't always make sense. I wish they did, but they don't. Most of the time, guys who end up doing this also end up single within a couple of years, which only goes to show that the girl they chose might not have been the best choice for them.
Yeah, so somebody left
Yeah.
her and married somebody else, and she's bitter.
Right. It's his journey in life, and he has to travel, and he's going to have to deal with the consequences of his actions. And unfortunately, nothing you can say or do will change that. The end.
She's
So,
bitter. You're bitter.
she is.
Somebody
Whoever-
left you and married. And
Definitely.
they're probably happy and not thinking about you.
Mhm.
You just need to get yourself.
And then here you go with your
And
foolishness.
Be yourself. Don't
Yeah.
change the. Maybe, but you know what? Maybe being yourself is what got you into some of this problem. But you know,
Yeah, I mean, if more than one set of parents was against you,
Yeah.
Wow.
Something wrong. Something.
you don't sound like a
you need
winner.
some help.
So, but those are
sometimes
just
it's
some
not like
possible
fish.
reasons why he chose her over you.
Yep.
And I'm so glad I've never been in that situation. But anyhow, so that's all I had for tonight, guys.
So we're gonna have our final thought
Yeah.
because we
I'll let
we
y'all
almost
go
supposed
first
to do
because
this
I've been
one.
busy and I haven't had a chance to think about it.
Well, I have a final thought.
Okay.
I have to think about the whole
Considering
story.
everything that's going on. And I was just thinking about Justin and I just went on a very nice vacation. That's why we didn't have the show last week. We were in Vegas.
2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
Dang.
we've
I-
been back for a
See,
while.
I need another vacation. But anyway, I was thinking about that. And because when I didn't realize like how much I needed a vacation, so I was on it. So anyway, if your compassion doesn't include yourself, it is incomplete. So be compassionate towards yourself. Take some safe self-care towards yourself.
Yeah.
That's my final thought for the day.
Go
And
ahead,
forgive
Becca.
yourself.
I forgive myself every day.
Okay.
All right. So this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, just because someone tells you something you never heard before,
Right.
it doesn't mean that it's true.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
Deep.
Or right.
Yeah. Just because someone tells you something you've never heard before, it doesn't mean that it's true
Okay.
or right or correct.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Justin?
Nah. I'm not
Not ready yet?
Nah.
Mine's-
I forgot. I still gotta go. I'm not
this
listening to y'all.
This is my final thought, and it's very simple. And anybody who knows me knows this about me. When people ask me stupid questions,
Oh,
I feel it is my legal obligation to give them a sarcastic remark.
Oh Lord.
That's it.
I ain't even gotta be a stupid question for me.
I was gonna say stupid is subjective.
Yeah, well, most people are.
All right. So my final thought is actually something that, you know, if you've been listening to me on radio and shows and stuff like that, you've probably heard a million times. But my final thought is, and I might even said it on this show. My final thought is it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. So get out there, market yourself, and meet some people.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, it is.
that's how you get forward.
That's it.
Yep.
There you go.
Right.
And
Yes,
so
sir.
we also want to let you guys know that we're not going to be here next week. So we're taking a break.
Dang, so y'all just leaving like that, huh?
Oh,
What did you do?
They
We're
just-
having some technical
oh,
difficulties.
did y'all leave the whole
I have
studio?
no idea what my husband's doing.
Well, either way, they said that. Why were you?
Well, I would like to tell you guys, but my husband threw us out of the studio.
You can probably still hear them, but you just can't see them.
Again,
We're back.
my husband threw us out of the studio.
We're
As
back.
so he was like, "She talks too much.
We're not gonna be
Cut
here
this
next week.
off."
Bye.
We're not going to be here next week
I was always
because
partial to the brick wall entities anyway.
I mean, I like our final thoughts.
Okay.
But anyway, so I want to just let folks know for the 5 people that are watching. So next week we're packing up our kid and shipping him off to sleepaway camp, which his camp is closer to Canada than it is to Pennsylvania. So we won't be here next week.
Yeah. I think we can make it, but
I don't think we can. I don't think that's gonna work.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah.
Better say
Yeah.
So we'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Would you like to end the show now, Goose? You
Oh,
kick
I'm
us all
sorry.
out? Well, Justin usually takes us out.
Yeah, but Goose is in control. I can't do anything from over here.
So Goose, you have to do it for Justin, Tyra,
Yeah.
Tara.
For everybody you see on the screen right now,
Thanks for coming out.
God bless,
God bless and good night.
Good night.
We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.